Welcome, everyone, to Beaver Stadium, nestled in Bucolic State College and home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, and one of the loudest, most passionate crowds you'll find anywhere in college football. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Nittany Lions will put total leather to crank us up. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So Maryland's offense takes the field for the first time today. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Pop.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Handoff from the gun. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The Terrapins get the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. He's got it on the right. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Oh, my. Circle, circle. Spinderella. Put him in the spin cycle and picked up the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better.
Got some room in to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Maryland!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Nittany Lions offense will have its first possession of the game. And these two electrifying runners can put on a show, guys.
Well, we always talk about the importance of tackling on defense, never more so than a game like this. When you've got two studs in the backfield that can make people look silly, you better bring hats to the football.
Yeah, and you think there'll be a lot of carries today? When you got running backs like this that you can feature, you're going to see them get the football a lot, early and often.
And the Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. The inside handoff. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up fourth.
Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Looking for a man. It's Gentry. It's complete on the right side. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Paladin.
Is beautiful, and when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
That's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And the Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Gets it out fast. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Had to work to pick up the 33-yard line. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
I think to be a good 3rd down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these 3rd and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Dropping back, it's Gentry. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Terrapins come to the line in the hurry-up. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. He'll pull it down. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
These third downs, man, they're critical down and distances. And when you have mobile quarterbacks, it's just so great to know that, one, they can get it throwing it for your offense, but two, if it's not there, they can take off and scramble and generate big plays as well. This guy now, because of his athleticism, he's got the offense knocking on the door inside the opponent's 10-yard.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to him back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
You can hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Steps away to find some room. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins! You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. And the returner will be brought down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Just a short pass to the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Scanning the field, it's Hurley. Makes his connection. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Trying to get to it. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Looking to pass. It's Gentry. He's going to take off. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. He lost one down the sideline. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Here comes the crowd trying to make it tough on 3rd and long. Nowhere to go, and now the ball's out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. A loose football in the end zone, and the defense there to pounce on it for 6. That ball was squirting around on the field, finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
And it's so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? He chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Florida Atlantic has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Boca Raton. They're up by a field goal over Tulsa. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. To the air, it's Gentry. He's going to throw deep right side. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going to try to get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. And the quarterback is snowed under. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Terrapins will punt it away on 4th down. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just...
Oh, look out! At the 20. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm, but this passing game can continue to heat up. Look out in the second half.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart. If you're going to be aggressive with your decision.
After misfiring, it's 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Gentry. Not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. The Terrapins will try to pin them back with the punt. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Just about set to put toe to leathers. We are deadlocked here in the third. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Using the quick game. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for room. It's Russo. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. It's a draw. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. The Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. And the Nittany Lions will send out the punt unit.
Number 12, on to kick it away.
He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Looking for a productive play on first down. The give to the tailback. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They want to run it left here. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. To the air, it's Gentry. Finds us back in the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Still some work to do after that last completion. It's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's on target and complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch.
Throws toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
He'll try to do it himself. And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. And the Terrapins in the hurry-up. They'll give it to him again. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third and long, and they can get the first down without scoring a touchdown. Looking to throw, it's Gentry. Now improvising. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll envision the ball flying as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. No good. And here in the third quarter, it is still a tie ball game. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Let's see what they do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
And he was able to pick up a few yards on the ground, and the clock has run out here in the third. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. They'll try to power their way ahead. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. We have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Terrapins getting set on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Here's the give off the left side. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. He'll run it again. Tackled, but he has a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Terrapins have pushed it inside the 20. On the move, it's Little. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
To the air, it's Gentry. It's complete to the left. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. And this offense can just about taste taking the lead in the 4th quarter, but you do want to be careful not to score too quickly. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Touchdown, Maryland! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Off play action on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. We'll see if they can dig one up. It goes forward this time on 2nd down from the 18. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The offense likely to lean on the run to milk this clock. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you've got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Maryland.
Now on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Gentry. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He'll take a shot. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
Fair catch, called for and made. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Pocket starts to collapse. Caught in the backfield. It's Russo. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 2nd down coming up. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On 2nd down, he'll fire. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's got the tight end. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to throw. It's Hurley. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Looking to move it through the air. That's reeled in. It's Lockett. Got enough space. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David. Lofts one high and deep. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. And they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that's how they were able to force an incompletion.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. He wants to throw. Fires one high and deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Trying to escape and get it himself. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Wants to throw on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, Defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. The pressure was rising, drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
First play of the first possession of OT. The give to the back. Runs through a tackle. In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Honestly, 3rd and 1, I think you just run the ball there. You just trust in your own guy's ability to be more physical, win the line of scrimmage, and go get that yard. Now with the sack, they're going to have to run.
They'll try to put 3 on the board and take the lead in overtime. Between the uprights, it's good. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top. Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on 1st down. They'll throw it on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. To the air. It's Hurley. He makes the connection. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. He got it in, and the celebration is on. A walk-off touchdown in OT. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see.